So I still haven't figured out a way out of cringe hell yet, so time to kill more time by reviewing another game in the Sonic franchise. And lo and behold, it's coming out a few days after we got a trailer for the Sonic Movie 2 and another trailer for Sonic 2022, now called Sonic Frontiers. Now, what other game from this franchise I could take a look at to give my own hot take on? I got it! Enjoy the show. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode of Trash or Treasure, the series where I take out either a very beloved or hated game and give my own hot take on it. Tonight's subject is Sonic Lost World. Sonic Lost World is a 3D action-adventure game released in late October of 2013. It was developed by Sonic Team for the Wii U version and Dimps for the 3DS version. Both games were published by Sega, with the European and Australian versions being published by Nintendo. Nowadays, you can't go 2 feet into Sonic fanbase without someone shitting on Lost World. Whether it's from the bastardization of characters or the story in general, this game gained quite the reputation. But what's my own opinion on Lost World? Well, it has been years since I actually last played this, and it's my first time playing the 3DS version, so let's answer the question. Is Sonic Lost World truly a piece of trash, or is it a worthwhile treasure in the rough? Let's find out. So the plot of Lost World goes like this. Sonic and Tails try to rescue some of their captured animal friends and track down Dr. Eggman, who are using them to power his robotic army. Eggman shoots down the tornado while they try to retrieve a fallen capsule full of animals. But in the end, they end up discovering an empty world known as the Lost Hex. While exploring the world, the duo, with the help of a group of the Zeti race, who are collectively known as the Deadly Six, who work for Eggman, who uses a magical clamp to keep them under his control. But later in, I believe, the second zone, Sonic rushes in and kicks the shell out of Eggman's hand. The Deadly Six then betray Eggman and take control of the Batnik army. They then use one of Eggman's machines to start sucking the energy from Sonic's world below, expelling all vitality until it is exhausted, and using it to basically power themselves. Reluctantly, Sonic agrees to work with Eggman and believes he needs his help to shut down the machine, but doing so seems to instill some suspicion between him and Tails. As Sonic battles his way throughout the Lost Hex, the Deadly Six contort a plan to capture Sonic and turn him into a robot under their control, but they actually end up capturing Tails instead. So after Eggman is seemingly killed, for kids, Sonic comes across the Deadly Six as they prepare to use the roboticized Tails against him. However, prior to the conversation, Tails managed to reprogram the process to retain his free will and instead help Sonic to defeat them. That is a major big brain play right there, Tails. Upon reaching the machine and finding it already switched off, Eggman reappears, having faked his own death and used the energy harvested to power his latest giant mech. Sonic defeats Eggman, sending him falling to the planet's surface below, and Sonic and Tails restore the stolen energy to the world before returning home with Knuckles and Amy. In the after credit scene, Orbot and Cubot dig Eggman out of the soft muddy field he landed in, and it's actually shown that Eggman survived the crash. Except half of his mustache is missing, so not all is, in one piece. Eggman is annoyed and forces Orbot and Cubot to run away in fear, basically. And that was the story. Overall, it is meh. Are there flaws? Yeah, but nothing to lose your mind over. The only major flaw I see of this is Tails getting a bit sussy-wussy about Sonic teaming up with Eggman, even though they worked together in previous games before this. But then again, this is a Pontac and Graph script, and the amount of research those two do is the same amount of effort I used to put into my schoolwork. But overall, clean up the story here and there, like Tails can be sus about Eggman, like Tails can have this gut feeling that Eggman might betray them, and you have yourself a good story. I literally just pulled that out of my ass. In terms of other issues with the story, it's the Deadly Six. I'm sorry, but these six are just stereotypes of themselves. Zaz is the over-the-top nutcase, Zamom is fat, Master Zik is old and wise, Xena is the teenage girl stereotype, Zor is emo, and Zavok is the leader and only does shit when it's needed. But with the story done, let's move on to the gameplay. Gameplay of Lost World has us in control of Sonic from beginning to end, and name of the game is run, explore, fight bandits and bosses, and die. Upon first glance, this gameplay style should remind you of another game, Super Mario Galaxy, but is it a Mario Galaxy clone? No. There are a couple of new things to this game, such as the parkour system, which I wish could make a comeback because I can see the potential of this. The way how the parkour mechanic works is that while running at a wall, Sonic automatically runs on the wall, and you can wall jump to another wall if there is one. We also have a dedicated run button, which, yeah, I can see why, because if Sonic were to be running like normal, people will be activating the parkour mechanic by accident a lot. So I say the dedicated run button does have a place here. What else? Oh no. Why? 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 Why the fuck are these fucking things back? Didn't we, I don't know, save their entire fucking race back in colors? Seriously, why are the Wisps back for this game? And lo and behold, there are some new Wisps in this game. This includes Asteroid, which behaves similar to the Void Wisp in the DS and actually good version of Sonic Colors. Crimson Eagle, which is motion controlled, so don't even fucking bother. Magenta Rhythm, which is actually pretty cool if I'm being completely honest here. Ivory Lightning, which is in the 3DS version. Black Bomb, which is not used that often. And finally, the Grey Quake, also in the 3DS version of Lost World. Overall, while I think the inclusion of the Wisp in this game is fucking stupid beyond belief, I do like Magenta Rhythm. Too bad that's the only one I like. But overall, the gameplay here is actually pretty good. Visually, I'd say both versions held up pretty good. Then again, this is a 2013 game we're talking about, so the chances of there being a bad looking game will be fairly slim. Unless you're The Last of Us, which in that case, you can fuck right off! But yeah, visually, even the 3DS version is pretty good. And it even has the full motion cutscenes from the Wii U version. Sure, it's compressed, but not as compressed as the DS version of Colors. Jesus. OST, it's good. The title theme, the world map theme, Windy Hill, and even the Wisp themes like Indigo Asteroid, the submarine version of Yellow Drill, and Magenta Rhythm are pretty good, and are some of the few tracks I can actually list off of the top of my head. So, let's recap. I think the story is okay, gameplay is pretty good, visually it held up pretty good, and OST is also good. Here are my final thoughts. Overall, everyone, Sonic Lost World is honestly not that bad of a Sonic game if I'm being 100% brutally honest here. Sure, it had flaws, but hey, not every game can be flawless. Sure, the story is not good, but clean it up a bit and you actually got yourself a good story. Gameplay, with the exclusion of the fucking Wisps, it's also pretty good. And with a gameplay design like this, if Sonic were to be running at his top speed automatically, yeah, expect people to be motion sick. And I actually think some of the environments do look pretty good, but the game gets dragged down by a fairly weak OST. Overall, everyone, Sonic Lost World to me gets my score of a 7 out of 10. With my seal of, I have more fun playing this than Sonic Colors. But now, I want to know from you all, did you play Sonic Lost World? What did you think of it? And is it something you could recommend to a friend? Leave your answers and more down in the comments. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And while you're here, consider subscribing and turn on the bell to be notified whenever I make a new video. As always, my social media links are down below. I've been Horrorkid, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.